you know, and nobody wishes injuries on anybody, but I'll tell you what, the Oakland A's, my goodness, they have been decimated. That rotation specifically has been decimated by the injury bug. You see it right there. 4 of the 5 guys that they started the rotation with this season have been out. We saw it yesterday, and Mitch Spence having to go out there. He bounces from relief to starting rotation. He's gone out there. Joey Estes today. I mean, these are guys who, not exactly who they penciled in to start the season as a rotation, but that's who they're dealing with right now. You see Estes right there, and he's not an overpowering guy. He's more 92, 94. He's coming off of probably one of his better starts, only 3 starts on the year, 7 innings pitched, 0 walks, good command, 6 punch-outs. This is actually the number 11 prospect for the Oakland A's. He's got a 5-pitch mix, but the 4-seam fastball is what he rides the most. 92, 94. Opponent's only hitting 185 on that pitch, but it's all about mixing. Again, he's not going to overpower you. He's going to mix it really, really well, and he's going to try to go after some weak contact, and that's his game. And for the Rays, what you want to do is you want to see the pitches up. You want to try to get into hitters counts, and when you're in those hitters counts, look for the mistake and hammer it.
Feels like it's been a long time since the Rays have scored first in a ball game. They are 11-6 this year when they have an opportunity to score first against their opponents. We got first pitch coming up in 20 minutes with Dwayne and BA. We'll get
Sports app and stream the Rays all season long.
You're watching Bally Sports, the home of the Rays, Magic, and Lightning.
welcome you to this Wednesday edition of Rays Baseball. It's the Rays and the A's, second of this 3-game set as Ryan Pepiot looks to take the hill for Tampa Bay to stop their losing ways and right the ship for this Tampa Bay Rays team who has struggled here on this homestand, starting 1-6, being outscored 37-16. Welcome in to Rays Baseball. I am Ryan Bass. Dwayne and BA will join us here in just a second, but I want to get it over to our guys here on the side set, my pitching compadres in Brian Anderson and, of course, Doug Wechter, breaking down Ryan Pepiot, who's going to make his 9th start of the season here for Tampa Bay. Dougie?
All right, thanks, Ryan. So we are talking about Ryan Pepiot, the dude on the mound today. BA, I am so excited because this guy has so much promise. Just coming back from an injury, 2 starts in, coming back, and his stuff is electric.
It really is. He's got the kind of stuff, like most pitchers, he can beat you outside the zone, beat you with chase, but Ryan Pepiot, his stuff is good enough to beat you in the zone. You know, he came back that last start against Boston, hadn't pitched in 17 days, so you would expect him to be a little bit rusty. He was with the 4 walks, but overall, that ERA right there, sub-4 at 3.98, but the whip tells you if he continues to keep guys off base and keep the ball out of the yard, which he does a pretty good job of doing, Ryan Pepiot, that ERA is going to continue to plummet. The win total is going to go up, and this is how he gets it done. He keeps it pretty simple. 4-seam fastball, 53% of the time he leans on that pitch for good reason. We'll talk about that later. That slider's nasty, and I'm going to tell you something, that changeup, when he stays on top of it, that is a true put-away pitch. So he's got 3 different pitches that he can wipe you out with.
Yeah, so much fun. I actually got to catch up with him on the field talking about those grips.
It's pretty generic, 4-seam fastball. Trying to turn the label away from the hitter, so I'm throwing it to a righty, I'll throw it this way, I'm throwing to a lefty, just kind of keep the little dark spot away from him. But that's basically it, just kind of stay true to it and follow through it.
And so the grip is more about what the hitter is actually seeing. It's not about any kind of movement on the pitch.
No, just trying to let it ride to the top of the zone.
Okay, and you want to keep that at the top of the zone, get as much carry as possible on that grip.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. How about the slider?
Slider is just an off-center fastball. Just turn it here and then pull down on the side of it. So basically, like, feeling like I'm throwing a bullet. It's kind of like a football kind of, but let it tumble and turn that way. And then I can manipulate a little bit if I want to go like up in the zone, kind of make it cutter more like it. Especially the lefties.
So is it 2 different grips, one with a little more depth and one with more ride, or is it the same grip and different release?
Turn the ball a little bit. So if I want more depth, I'll turn it a little bit more. If I want it more straighter and more carry, I'll turn it a little bit more like fastball.
And how do you emphasize the finish to that pitch?
Just literally pulling straight down. Okay. Pulling straight down on it. Creating the spin and kind of like basically like a bullet.
Yep, and you're not looking for a large amount of movement on that, right?
You get the fastball going this way, and what Snides has talked about is you just want your triangle or square, whatever it is, for your pitches and your pitch mix to just have enough separation with either the speed differential or the movement. If I got the fastball going up here, I don't need the slider all the way this way. I just need a little bit over here just to keep it off the barrel.
Space in between, right?
Exactly.
All right. What about the changeup?
Changeup, changeup's bread and butter. So I kind of go over a little circle change in the four seam, and I kind of hook it a little bit. I got some crooked fingers from playing football, so it kind of works in my favor. But the key for me is I try to keep my pinky on as long as possible, so then I can pull down and get the inside of the ball and get it to fade down in the bottom of the zone. When you watch the video and like it slows down, my pinky ends up like popping off, but it's just a cue to try to keep it on as long as possible so that I can finish and basically pull the ring finger down and get it to go fade to the bottom of the zone.
So you're rotating all the way across. You're a hard pronation.
Yeah, but it's natural. Like I don't try to do one of these, it just kind of happens. The way it comes off my fingers, it kind of feels like that way, so it just tumbles down.
Was that always one of your best pitches?
I didn't start throwing it until sophomore in college, so I didn't really have a changeup going into college. It was just a circle change, and one would go that way and one would go that way. And then I get to my first summer ball in the New England League in New Hampshire. Pitching coach was like, "Hey, you need to throw a changeup." So it was just like figuring out a grip that worked, and I found this one because I was a big four-seam guy, so I was like, okay, let's throw something that looks like a four-seam.
All right, BA. Changeup, dirty. Slider, filthy. The fastball, too. This is one of the best fastballs in the game. This is what I see out of the fastball. First, the metrics. You dove into some of the metrics.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. What I see is a guy throwing 94, 95, and if you look at him, you're like, wow, it's a good fastball. Then you start looking at the numbers and where he places that pitch and where he's able to ride that pitch to the top of the zone. It's one of the best in the game.
You know, in this series, if you say that Mason Miller has the best fastball, you know, coming out of the bullpen, you can make a really compelling case that Ryan Pepiot has the best fastball in Major League Baseball as a starting pitcher. Just looking at the numbers, I mean, this is a guy that gets 6.9 on the extension, so he gets way out there. He's plus 2.9 inches of ride more than the average, so he gets that late explosive jump. And then look at this. Going back to the beginning of the 2023 season, he has thrown the four-seam fastball 673 times. He's given up 16 hits. Now, listen, this is over 16 games, 11 starts, 16 hits allowed in 673 pitches. So he throws 42 four-seam fastballs, averaging 94 to 95 miles per hour, and he'll give up one hit.
That's it.
It's pretty incredible. This year, left-handed hitters, 0 for the season, 0 for 26 on his four-seam fastball. And overall, that pitch this year, the opposition just 6 out of 68, an 0.88 average.
Yeah.
And again, it's not 104, it's 94, but extension, you know, he gets that extension out in front like he was talking about, staying behind that pitch, the explosiveness of that pitch, and there's some deception that's there too. It's pretty special.
It's so much fun to break this down. Basically, Ryan, what we're telling you, make sure you watch this dude throw tonight.
We love watching Ryan Pepiot on the hill. The key for him, 2 or more runs of support. He's 6-0 with a 2.83 ERA in his career when he gets that total. Hoping for the Rays offense to give
Rays Baseball is brought to you by the Florida Lottery, by Frontier, get fiber internet, good to go, by Mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union, and by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality, all at low prices on every item, every day. It's another Wechter Wednesday. Doug takes BP.
It's a bad idea. Do I look like I know what I'm doing with this bat in my hand? Up, Paul. Get up, Paul. That's gone.
Oh, that's the Wincy special. The parade is special. You've watched ESAC. That's Wincy's land. That's Wincy land.
It is one of our favorite days of the week here on Bally Sports because, of course, it's a Wechter Wednesday. Look at that guy putting in some work. Oh, that highlighter. Don't let him fool you. Wechter Wednesday coming up here between the Rays and the A's. I am Ryan Bass, getting you ready for Rays baseball here at Tropicana Field. You know, we heard the Rays need a little bit of a lift offensively. So we sent our guy Doug Wechter into the batting cages to take a little BP to help lift this Rays offense.
All right, we're at Tropicana Field for maybe one of the worst ideas for a Wechter Wednesday. I am legit about to hit in the cage. Brady North, you came here. You're all mic'd up. Assistant hitting coach. He's going to give me some advice. So you got any advice for me?
Good luck. Hit it hard, man. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt today.
Well, let me see a couple. Oh, Todd, yes. Oh. Heads up, boys.
There we go. He's got
Get
it.
up, ball. Get up, ball. Get up, ball.
Oh.
That's
there.
it right there, baby. That's gone.
Oh, that's it.
Get up.
Longo landing. The Wincy special.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby. Boys in the truck owe me. I'm going to go for multiple now, boys.
Motor loves a good pulled baseball.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. Dude, I'm back legging it. It's barely getting to the warning track. I thought that was on the set. It's 34 and a half, actually.
Yeah, that's a big bat. That's a man's bat.
What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying it's a man's bat. I mean,
So what do you think about my swing?
it's
What do I
not
need to
bad.
change?
It's not bad. It actually flattens out a little bit, but we love a good pulled baseball. Let's keep the barrel a little more vertical right here and hit a homer.
All right, Todd, me and you, baby.
Change up?
Oakland's wearing me out down the line right now. You hear him? All right, one more. Come on. Oh!
You gotta stay in there. No turtle man here.
Oh! C-ring.
You good? You want another one?
Dude, I'm out.
He's good.
So what do you think, dude?
No, it's pretty good.
Huh?
That's awesome, man. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
And you got a homer. Your 162 landing, it counts.
Am I in the lineup tonight?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
No
That's,
chance.
You're not gonna make that.
No, no
Sorry.
chance. Was it decent for a pitcher? Ex-pitcher?
Decent for a pitcher. You need that T-shirt. Put
do
that
need that
up.
T-shirt.
Make pitcher sit again.
I do need that. See, we're athletes.
Definitely. I'll never argue that. Just not good athletes.
No longer known as Longo Landing, that's now Wechter's Wing. We've also got Wechter's Well. It is a Wechter Wednesday, 4:49 until first pitch here between the Rays and the A's as Tampa Bay looks to even up the series. Dwayne, B.A., and Doug have the call next.
We welcome you back to Tropicana Field, where tonight the Rays are looking to find the winning side of the ledger. Things have not gone exactly the way they had hoped for this homestand. With Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, great to have you aboard. We'll be hearing from Doug Wechter a little later. Well, the Rays are looking, number one, for some offense after dropping 6 of 7 here on this homestand, B.A.
Yeah, well, and listen, they've got a guy, Joey Estes, making the start for the Oakland A's tonight that right now has an ERA of 7.47. Now, listen, he's had a good game, he's had a middle-of-the-road game, and he's had a really bad game. So we'll see who shows up tonight for Oakland, but you're right, Dwayne. The offense needs to get going. The attention to detail, you almost have to treat the at-bats like it's the ninth inning. From inning number 1, quality at-bats all the way through the night. If they're able to do that, I think they're going to come out on the winning side of things.
Well, Ryan Pepiot is going to be on the mound for the Rays tonight. And let's check in with Doug Wechter. Doug?
Oh, boys, what's up? I'm excited. I'm back in the well tonight, so a lot of fun. We got Pepiot on the mound. That's going to be a good one. I think last time I was able to watch Pepiot from the Budweiser porch, but this time the angle that I'm going to get down in the well, fellas, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know we've talked about it going in, and I know we're going to talk about it throughout this broadcast, but the carry to his fastball, I cannot wait to dive into it with you two guys. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
And after seeing you in pregame, a little surprised we don't see you in the starting lineup.
Listen, I'm sore. I need an ice bath right now.
This is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Oakland will have Toro to lead it off, then Blade and Rooker. Their big threat, and the cleanup man is Miguel Andujar. Langoliers will do the catching. Seth Brown in right, pretty much what we saw last night. And Ryan Pepiot on the hill for the Rays.
Well, let's take a look at his season numbers, brought to you by Morgan Automotive Group. The ERA of 3.98 does not match up with the whip. If that whip continues to hover right around 1, you're going to see that ERA plummet. Strikeout to walk ratio, and this is how he gets it done. He keeps it really simple. The four-seam fastball, we're going to talk an awful lot about that. Doug and I, you're talking about the carry and how special that pitch is, and then the slider and the changeup. And really, those 3 pitches, he can wipe you out and get the strikeout with any one of the 3. It's special stuff that he features. Let's take a look at the defense, brought to you by Yingling. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Randy Arozarena, Jose Siri, and Richie Palacios. Infield, third to first, Isaac Paredes, Ahmed Rosario, Brandon Lau, and Yandy Diaz with Bren Rortvedt back behind the plate.
All set for baseball from Tropicana Field. Rays with Rosario out there at shortstop tonight. He'll shade the middle. First pitch of this game is a strike call to Toro. That's 94 with that four-seamer. And a bit right there, 1-1. Toro with a couple hits last night. He had 2 of the 5 total hits for Oakland. Oakland defeating the Rays 3-0. 1-2.
You know, Doug got to spend some time with Pepiot talking about his arsenal and what he's thinking about when he's delivering these pitches to the plate. And he has said his slider he will use as a cutter from time to time against the left-handed hitter. That's what we just saw right there. That's funny because Zach Littell, the same thing. You know, those pitches go down and they get logged as sliders. But just watch the game, and you can see them using it more like the cutter at times than an actual slider with tilt.
2-2 on Toro. Oh, look out, back through the middle. That grab by Rosario. That ball had a little sink to it, and he grabbed it. I'll tell you, if you're not really sure what the umpire saw, you'll go ahead and make that play.
How about that? How about the positioning right over the top of Pepiot's head? I mean, that's scary, that line drive. Change up, stayed up, and right over the top there is Amed Rosario, positioned perfectly to get out number 1.
So 1 away. Here's Bleday. Looking at that pitch in the upper part of the zone, taking it for a strike.
Well, you already see him work that slider in, and like you said, BA, that's a cutter by design. You know, you want little break when you're talking about lefties.
And right up the middle, right to Rosario. And his throw, that one goes 6-3. So put out and an assist for Rosario.
And you know, you continue to get that changeup involved against these left-handed hitters and make that a weapon, a focal point for this lineup. And then all of a sudden, that cutter, that slider, the four-seam fastball especially, that plays even bigger. And it's nice to see him, you know, early on with that changeup getting where he wants.
I thought it was so cool when I got to talk to him that he wants a small slider by design. He doesn't want a big slider.
Well, you know what? He talked about, Doug, that triangle that we were talking about the other day with Brady Singer. You know, all of a sudden he's added the four-seam fastball, and then you get the change-up and the slider, and you've got that little triangle. Elevate the heater, and then work the slider to one side, and then the change-up to the other. And just have those pitches moving in different directions. And you're right. He said, I don't need it way over here. Just a little bit. Keep it off the barrel.
Hard stuff on the first 2. To Rooker. There's a shot back into left. Randy going back. He'll have to play it off the bottom of the wall. They're going to hold him to a single. He got a great carom off the wall. And that's a long single by Rooker off the left field wall.
Yeah, and Randy almost got himself caught a little bit too close to the wall. There was one of those cutter/sliders that didn't do a whole lot, didn't get it out in front far enough, and that ball gets whacked. But then watch the recovery here. Quick boom, bare hand, and that's what allowed him to keep him at first base. Had designs, he thought, too, and Randy played that well.
Now here's the difference in the game last night. Miguel Andujar takes the fastball for a ball. He hit the 3-run home run after the error in the walk in the 6th inning last night. And a strike, 1-1.
You know what I get so impressed with Pepiot is the aggressiveness early in the count. You know, he's not trying to just go corners and nibble early. He's an aggressive guy. He wants to create contact as quickly as possible. Then if he finds himself in 2 strikes, that's when he goes for the punch out.
You know, and he can afford to be like that, Doug, because he's a guy that his stuff plays in the zone better than most. You know, because of the late life and the explosiveness, the extension, you know, that he gets towards home plate, everything plays up. And so he knows that with confidence, I can attack the zone early in counts, and that's what he does.
The off speed fouled, and it's 2-2. Here's a look at the blast last night by Andujar.
This is what really hurts, you know, for Zach Littell. He made one mistake, and that was a sweeper that just stayed middle up. The problem is it cost him 3 runs because of a walk and an error. It was compounded by a couple unforced errors, and all of a sudden one swing of the bat, and Oakland essentially ran away with the game.
Two. It's fouled back. The 2-out single by Rooker off the wall and left. He's at first, and Duhar squared up on the count. It's popped back foul. Out of play.
I thought we had a chance on that foul ball right there, guys. I got my guy Tanner back here who jumped in front last time. He's on his redemption tour, so if you get another one, he said he's going to catch it for me.
The redemption
Am I
tour.
right, Tanner? What we got, buddy?
He's with you.
He's with me.
And that one just missed as he lays off, and the count is full. And it's foul back with 2 outs and a full count. Rooker was off. All of these hitters in this Oakland lineup, with the exception of Bleday, who's already grounded out to second, seeing Pepiot for the first time. Three-two and a high chop out to second. Lyles tossed to first. The base hit and the man left. When we come back, Richie Palacios will lead it off. Oakland leaving a man aboard in the first. No scores. We go to the home half of inning 1. The lineup for the Rays brought to you by your local Ford dealers. As mentioned, Palacios will lead it off, followed by Yandy Diaz, and then Isaac Paredes. Down the middle, Lau, Ramirez, and Rosarena, Rosario, Rortvich, and Siri rounding it out.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Oakland A's is going to be right-hander Joey Estes as we take a look at his numbers on the season. Brought to you by Morgan Automotive Group. Just 3 starts. Been kind of a mixed bag. There's been a good one in there, a middle of the road, not a very good one. And you see the overall numbers there, the ERA over 7.
And the first pitch is wide. There's a look at what we'll see from him tonight.
Yeah, that fastball averages 93 miles per hour, but boy, does he get after it with it. 57% of the time, slider change all the way down the list.
And at the knees right there, 1-1.
And I know it's a small sample size, 3 starts, but a ground ball rate for Estes at 12.5%. A lot of balls in the air.
And that's a take, a little wide. 2-1. Estes was part of the Matt Olson deal with Atlanta. In fact, this battery came over from Atlanta in that deal. Langoliers behind the plate. High pop up. It's going to carry out a play. It's 2-2.
Just watching Estes from this angle, I can already tell such a quick tempo in his delivery. And, you know, to me, guys who have that super quick tempo can be either really locked in or they can get off kilter pretty quick.
A full count to the leadoff man.
Just seems like it's tougher to make adjustments when you got such a quick tempo that you're going through on the mound with your mechanics.
And that's down to first, unassisted Soderstrom.
Well, let's take a quick look at that Oakland defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by Yingling. In the outfield left to right, we've got Miguel Andujar, J.J. Bleday, and Seth Brown. Infield third to first. Abraham Toro, Max Schumann, Zach Geloff, and Tyler Soderstrom with Shea Langoliers back behind the plate.
Well, here's Yandy. And single his last time up last night. He takes the hard stuff in there for a strike.
Boy, and you're right, Doug, about the pacing. He's not wasting a whole lot of time, which I love. I love the quicker pace, but you're right. If you get a little off kilter, things can spiral on you.
Popped up foul. Will it be playable? And it was, but not caught.
I'll tell you
Down
what.
in that corner there.
Yeah, and you know, here's the thing. You're unfamiliar with the ballpark. You've got a chance here to make a play and end up gator arming it right there, and ends up a little bit short.
Just off the edge of that mitt. Yandy with another shot, down 0-2. And is out on strikes on the fastball up above the zone.
You know, and that was not a swing by Yandy Diaz that you see very often. There was very little conviction on this swing. I think he realized as he started it, this ball's up and out of the zone, and I just swung at a ball, and I'm not going to be able to get there. Very half-hearted with that cut.
You know, it looks like with Estes, he's got a little bit of a quarter turn internally, like toward third base when his leg comes up. I think it's adding a little deception to the pitch.
And he drops this one in. Cut action that. Paredes with a strike the count.
I mean, any little advantage that you can get. You know, we talked about his fastball. You know, it doesn't have the same explosiveness as Pepiot, but it's still an effective pitch. You know, he throws it 57% of the time. It averages 93 miles per hour, and he's holding the opposition to a 185 average against. So, to your point, Doug, that speaks of an amount of deception on that particular pitch.
Ball, 2 strikes. Sweeping that one off.
You know, another thing I'm noticing just from this angle, being so close to the field, that's some big league lettuce he's sporting out there.
Yeah, you can tell that from up here, too.
That's a hot shot up the left field line. Foul.
I appreciate all of that. It seems how I have no lettuce. I've got an empty salad bowl. I love how you get yours. Like the other day, like what was it? Yesterday you had the hat on.
Yeah.
And then you were out on the set and really going to town to make sure that was.
There was so much product underneath that hat yesterday. It was a disaster.
Yeah, well, you're a stand-up guy, and so was your hair.
There you go, Dwayne.
This one is down. 2-2. Swooping out of the zone. Ground ball and a strikeout. And a hot shot fouled into the stands.
Pretty cool angle seeing just how quick Isaac Paredes' hands are. And, you know, to have the approach that he has, basically pull everything, you have to have some of the quickest hands in the big leagues because, really, he's the only one who can get away with that approach.
Oh, strike at the knees on that outside edge. Just caught the corner. On to the second inning. No score. Saturday, June 8th, the first 12,000 fans receive a Rays Pride jersey presented by Chevrolet. Make your weekend brighter. Get your tickets at RaysBaseball.com. On to inning 2. Ryan Pepiot out there on the hill. Shea Langeliers, the catcher, leads it off. First pitch, and it's skied up the right side. Yandy in a hurry down there, and that ball just out of his reach. Down just short of that bullpen area. And hit that low wall.
That's such a tough angle. I mean, look at him trying to watch that thing over the shoulder. Oh, get that close. Get that close. Did you see the reaction of the security guard? He's very disappointed.
He was upset. He was upset he didn't make that.
1-1.
Well, you've gone all that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Frustration right there. He's scratching his head. What happened?
I know. He's still recovering. So hopeful. On the ground, back at third. Long throw by Paredes, and the pick over at first. And that's nicely done by Yandy Diaz to record the out. Nice play indeed.
Great body control. You know, this ball is off to your right a little bit. You're going to have to backhand it. It's in the dirt, but keep that foot on. And that's exactly what he does. Well done by the Rays first baseman. security guard applauding that play.
Oh, yeah, he's really excited about that
Yep.
one. You know, Yandy is so agile for being such a big guy, so muscular. He can still move pretty well.
Seth Brown. Strike one. And a strike call, 0-2. A couple strikeouts last night for Brown. He was 1 for 4. And a base hit. Ryan Pepiot, 26-year-old right-hander.
You know, one of the things I'm noticing just from my angle, it's kind of that low home angle, is how athletic Pepiot's delivery is. You know, this is a former high school quarterback guy who goes out there, a lot of quick twitch muscles, able to repeat that delivery.
And he has Brown way out in front there. Nicely done, changing speeds to pick up his first strikeout.
Well, a cutter, fastball, and then the changeup. And boy, was that perfectly placed. And again, like Zach Littell's, it stays in the zone so long that it forces a hitter's hand. And by the way, Doug, if you and I are starting to think alike, then it's getting really weird.
Yeah, I'm going to take the microphone off and go home.
No, listen, when we were talking about him.
That's not a good thing, Dwayne.
When you and I were talking about him, and I don't remember if it was pregame show 1 or 2, but whatever it was, when you and I were talking about him, we didn't get into the fact that his delivery is athletic.
Yep.
You know, remember, he was the guy that called off the infield to catch Papa.
Right.
Like, I got this guy.
Which never happens.
Never
right?
happens.
Never in a million years. Yeah, he's just one of those guys. You said it before on the broadcast. You talk about his quick twitch muscles, right? Most guys don't have them.
The pop foul, and Yandy's going to take care of that to retire the side. Just remember, Doug, great minds think alike.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Be sure and claim your share of the Rays 50-50 charity raffle jackpot. Proceeds support youth programming in Tampa Bay. You can win big and support the community. Visit Rays5050.com. Brandon Lau in the batter's box to lead off the home half of inning 2. Pitch is a strike. Harold Ramirez will be next, and then Randy Arozarena hitting 6th in the lineup tonight. And the changeup had him out in front. Brandon down 0-2.
Yeah, that's a changeup that he really likes throwing to the left-handed hitter. You know, he's obviously going to throw the slider more to the righties, the changeup more to the lefties.
Wave and miss, doubled up there.
Yeah, and he got him with the change of speed. It certainly wasn't the location, because I don't think that he wanted that changeup where he put it. That ball is thigh high right down the middle of the plate. Not a lot of action on it at all, and yet it's still able to beat the swing of Brandon Lau, actually to the top side too.
Yeah, we talked to both before about the backup slider and backup breaking ball working, but sometimes the backup changeup can be effective too. Not that you throw it by design.
I was going to say it didn't work out very often for me. My backup horrible breaking ball, yes, from time to time. My hanging changeup got blistered.
1-0 pitch to Ramirez. Down and away, and he takes that slider off the plate.
You know, that is true to an extent, Doug, when you think about the changeup, because if you're throwing it properly, you're selling it with your arm speed. And a lot of times the hitter is swinging at your arm speed, so you don't have to be as fine with the location.
Who's the best changeup you ever saw?
Oh, wow.
I got one right away, I know.
Well, yeah,
Pedro.
I mean, Tom Glavine.
Well, yep, Tom Glavine.
From the left side, yeah.
Sure. Pedro Martinez, when I remember watching him from the dugout, I thought he was throwing 12-6 curveballs, and they were changeups.
Well, you saw that. You've seen his hands and the fingers. He's got those big, long fingers that bend. They bend backwards,
right.
And that's where all that finish out in front. He could, you know, that's where those pitches are sold, out in front with the finish. And he had the arm speed and the fingers to be able to do that. That's why he's going to go down as one of the best to ever have done it as a starter.
1 out, 2-2 the count on Ramirez. Chopper headed to Schumann, the shortstop.
Big story time. Big story time, Dwayne, and we are going to head north to Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland, and it looked like it's Cutter Crawford to Gunnar Henderson, and that looks to be a grand slam. If I'm going to count the runners that are on the base paths, Gunnar Henderson, I'll tell you what, in the conversation for potential MVP, I know it's really, really early, but he's that kind of a dynamic player, and they are all over Boston early.
Well, Rosarena fouls that pitch back for a strike.
Boy, Baltimore, they look primed to have a good year. I mean, they got a lot of young talent. Rotation looks pretty strong. Bullpen looks pretty strong. Yeah, I'm with you, BA. Gunnar Henderson, my goodness. Everybody talks about Jackson Holiday, but don't sleep on Gunnar Henderson.
We were talking last year to a couple of people in Baltimore, and they said, look, you know, Adley Rutschman may be the captain of this team. Gunnar Henderson is its best player.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Rosarena out on strikes. That's 4 strikeouts through 2 for Estes. No score.
You know, pretty remarkable numbers right here. Ryan Pepiot throws that 4-seam fastball 53% of the time, and look at the average against it. 6 out of 68 coming in, the slug 160, the whiff rate, 40% whiff rate on a 4-seam fastball that averages 94, 95 miles per hour. And Dwayne, we were talking about it, you know, Doug and I earlier today talking about the fact that since the beginning of last year, coming into play tonight, Ryan Pepiot's thrown 673 4-seam fastballs, and he's given up 16 hits.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
It's 1 hit given up for every 42 fastballs that he throws. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Absolutely unheard of.
Which is inside, 2-1.
And that's why it just shows you how special that pitch is, because of the metrics behind it, his extension towards home plate, the explosiveness of the pitch. You know, he gets that ride, almost 3 inches of ride more than average.
High popper down the left side. That's going to stay fair. And a nice job by Paredes to get down that line from third base and stay with that and make that catch.
Yeah, that's not an easy angle. It's kind of very similar to the one that Yandy Diaz took in the last half innings the Rays were out there. He's not going to get any help out there from Arozarena, and he's calling it the whole way, puts it away easily.
Well, you were talking about his fastball. That's why you see it in use more than 50% of the time.
Yeah, it just plays up so much. Right there. I mean, that's where he can, you know, he's not afraid to attack that zone early because he knows he's got a fastball that's able to, you know, to beat a hitter more times than not.
I think one of the coolest things when you're looking at his fastball, and we can all agree, I think it sounds like we all agree, he's got one of the best fastballs in the game right now, right? It's only 94, 95, and I say only, that's still a compliment with how good of arm strength he has. But when somebody says, oh, he's got an amazing fastball, you automatically think, well, it must be around 100.
Yeah.
No, this is 94, 96, right? Top of the zone, but it has so much carry, and he attacks with it.
It's a popper down that right side toward the dugout. Foul ball, and Yandy's there. Well, you know, we've talked about extension before, and you two guys know so much about that, and that's one of the things that helps out. You don't have to throw 98 because 94 is on you quicker than you think.
Well, he gets out there almost 7 feet.
Yeah,
and that's what you're talking about. You know, you close that ground between pitcher's mound and home plate, and that 94, 95 plays 97, 98. It's not going to light up the radar gun with those numbers, but that's what the hitter's experiencing.
Strike the count on Abraham Toro. Foul back.
You know, it's interesting. Every single contact, every single swing so far this inning that has made contact, everybody is underneath the baseball. And if you want to see if somebody has carry, you don't even have to look at the numbers. You don't have to look at the analytics. Just watch. And watch how many times these guys just get underneath and cannot square up that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. left side out of play.
Boy, I'll tell you what, getting a lot of defensive swings is what Pepiot is going to get, especially with 2 strikes. You know, these guys are just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, just trying to get there.
Yeah.
He just can't quite get there.
No, he takes their aggressiveness away from them.
Two and two.
I don't know, 2 of the best or better feelings for a pitcher is when you get an emergency hack from a hitter or you break a bat. I think to me, you just feel so good on the mound. You're like, man, this guy has no clue what I'm throwing. He cannot pick up the spin right now. You just feel like you got him.
What about the third one when he's talking to himself going back to the dugout?
That's the best. Or when the fans are talking to him. I've heard some good ones.
Either one.
Still 2-2 here on Toro. Oh, and he got him looking right there. Bottom of the zone, called third strike. Bottom of inning 3 coming, no score.
Now, what would a Wechter Wednesday be without a delivery of some tasty treats for my guy, Doug, here on a Wednesday? And I'll tell you, I'm no Rich Hollenberg, but I figured I'd sweeten the pot with a double delivery here of a little main course and some not yet. All right, so what we got here, buddy, a little gluten-free chicken tenders and fries. That's because you put some work into the cage today. I figured we need to go a little gluten-free for you, so that's good. That's available in section 144 for all our gluten-free fan favorites. And then, what I know you're really excited about, that.
Oh, it's like 10 pounds.
That is the Raymond Cotton Candy Milkshake.
Look at this thing.
Section 107. And by the way, you can actually put some booze in these things. I decided to make these alcohol-free because I wanted to make sure we saved the broadcast. We're not on the boat right now, buddy. But what are you gonna dig into first here?
I gotta go with the tendies.
Here, let me be your waiter.
Hey, listen,
sure?
I got room. Look, I prepared for this. I'm a tendy expert, boys. A little chicken tender expert.
No, I didn't bring you any honey mustard here. We're going straight dry tenders.
I want to try it out. You got so this is gluten-free.
Gluten-free tenders
for people who
and fries for the record too.
Really, the gluten? Good, crisp. Very good. Actually.
That's supposed to talk with your mouth full. Oh, by the way,
these are really good.
Again, section 144, we've got some gluten-free hot dogs that are available out there too, but I know the tendies are a fan favorite, but Doug approved?
These are really good.
All right, now I need you to dive into this milkshake here, buddy.
Okay, look, this is legit like 5 pounds.
Do you have a strategy of how you're going to approach this thing?
Yeah, I'm going to work from the bottom up. So I'm gonna take some through this. Look at the diameter of the straw. You want to know if it's good, fellas? Look at that. All right, let's try it. There's like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Fellas, wait until you see the dip this guy took out of this milkshake here with one sip.
So, I would say it's good either way, probably just because I'm biased and I want to make sure everybody tries some of it. This is the best. This is unbelievable. Like, this is legit. This is, I mean, look, there's a marshmallow. This is like
you got a cake pop in there, a little cotton candy for you too?
Yeah, instead of like a Bloody Mary with all the toppings, this is like a sundae with all the toppings. I will get through this. I will.
All right, we'll have to check back in half an inning, fellas, and see how Doug does.
No, look, you dunked the marshmallow.
If he gets through that, they're going to roll him out to the postgame set.
Check that, BA. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody needs to check on him. I mean, like every couple minutes.
This is not gluten-free.
No, that's not free of anything. Just yumminess.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to tell you what, you're getting spoiled down there,
fellas,
big guy.
I might disappear for an inning or so. This is really good.
Rosario's popped to short, now 1-1 on Wertvet. And there's a strike. 1-2.
You know what's funny is my scorecard, my scorebook is always good through the first 2 innings and every Wechter Wednesday, these Wednesdays. The 3rd inning on, I lose it. I'm starting to realize why.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Oh, yeah, very professional.
Dang, I just spilled all over myself.
Yeah, but that young guy right there, he's had 2 souvenirs tonight down there. on that third base side.
We're not even out of the third inning.
Another foul ball back and to the left. Well, let's take a look at that that last retrieval.
Our T-Mobile coverage cam. And he put it away.
Yes,
yeah, a little
he
rattle
did.
around.
Fully outstretched.
2 for 2.
That's a great group. It's our gang. 2-2 now.
Oh, getting handshakes.
Yeah, well, hey,
Security guard.
they've come prepared. They have gloves. That's a liner into left, and that's going to be caught. A little knuckle action out there, and Andujar made the catch. So 2 gone.
Now this ball looked like it may just drop out of nowhere and get underneath Andujar, and he's able at the last minute to go down and get it. Not an easy read there. That ball off the batter Rortvedt.
Well, that's 8 up and 8 down against Estes. And here is Jose Siri. Big cut and a miss. It's 95 from the 22-year-old right-hander. One.
You know, listen, it's like Mike Clevenger light. You know, when he's standing out there on the mound, he starts rocking with that front foot, trying to get a little bit of rhythm going. Not to the extreme of Mike Clevenger, but the same kind of idea. You know, he's not standing still and ready to start his delivery. He gets a little bit of rocking motion going. Doug, you were mentioning, you know, he's kind of like, you know, he's got that herky-jerky delivery. There it is, trying to set some rhythm.
And a liner into left. That ball's going to drop. One hop to the wall, and Siri's digging for 2, and they're standing ahead of the throw for a double. And the Rays got their first base runner. And the first man in scoring position tonight in this game for either club.
Well, nice job by Jose Siri to cut down on the swing right here. That four-seam fastball stays middle up, and he doesn't overswing. He took a big swing early in the count, cut down on it there, and just able to line that ball to the wall and give the Rays a chance here to come through with 2 outs. Med Rosario loving it.
And it gives Richie Palacios a chance to pick up the first run of the game. He'll have to do it with 2 outs and a bouncer foul.
The hustle.
Richie in the lineup at the top spot for the 2nd straight game.
Doug's going to town on that food.
Oh my
He
God.
just has quit this half.
No, you guys are doing great.
Upstairs. 1-1.
I was about to chime in like 2 or 3 times, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna get another bite.
Yeah, Doug's letting it breathe down there.
Ooh,
Just let it breathe.
I need to take a breath.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
I'm halfway through this shake, and this thing is a monster. I'm like, when I said it was 5 pounds, it's 5. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down, fellas. I'll go back to the tendies.
Well, don't let it go to waste. There's a strike. 2-2. Joey Estes on the mound. Pitch is foul, out of play, straight back. Rays getting their first look at this young right-hander. Making his 4th start. That's too high, and the count is full. Just over 50 pitches for Estes. made 93 his last time out in 7 innings against Colorado. And that's going to be wide.
This baseball season, Suncoast Credit Union is donating $90 to local nonprofits for every hit from the Tampa Bay Rays. Still counts.
Scott Emerson will pay him a visit out there on the mound.
Well, we were talking about in between innings, and I think it's a valid point. Second time through the order, I think it was you, BA, who said it, is we're going to get this guy. Second time through the order, start seeing some better at-bats. See him one time through. Of course, the pitcher always has the advantage when you haven't seen him before, but now getting one look at him, see if Yandy can make the adjustment. Last time out, he tried to climb the ladder on him.
Well, the Rays first baseman stepping in there after the 2-out double and the walk. To take down and away.
Hey, just to bring it back full circle, fellas, I did have a salad for lunch.
In preparation.
So
well, you have to plan your day.
Well, I evened it out. You know, I even out my diets.
Well, you know what? That all of that food that you just took down was well deserved.
Some people call it a roller coaster diet. I just say I evened it. That's well deserved. BA, thank you, buddy.
Well, listen.
You saw the work I put in pregame.
I did see the work you put in pregame. I also saw what you did in the batting cage.
Well, that's what I meant.
Are you talking about pregame?
I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, 3-0 here on Yandy. Threat developing with 2 outs in the inning. 3-1. Yandy sends a fly ball into right. Seth Brown is there to make the catch, and the Rays will leave 2, and at the end of 3 we have no score. Join your Rays for a City Connect watch party presented by Visit Tampa Bay at Midtown Tampa this Saturday. Watch party includes City Connect merchandise, mascot appearances, giveaways, and a lot more. Visit RaysBaseball.com/CC events. 4th inning underway. J.J. Bleday up there with a count of a ball, no strikes. Hooker next, and then Andujar. And a strike. 1-1.
Well, how about this, fellas? Ryan Pepiot faced 10 batters coming into this inning. 9 of them have seen first pitch strikes.
Put them right back on their heels. I mean, that's the goal of this staff. You talk about, you know, Kyle Snyder, the race to strike 1.
Yeah, and the other thing, you like, he's averaging under 15 pitches per inning here in the first 3.
And that's what that allows you to do. It gives you the immediate jump in the count, and now you can start to dictate pitch, location, and you put the hitter back on his heels. And now we talked about already some of these Oakland swings, they're very defensive swings, and that's because the majority of the time they're down in the count.
Going to go full now to Bleday. Rooker on deck. This one into left center field, cutting across. Siri can't get there. That's going to roll to the wall. Rosarena has to go get it, and Bleday's on his way to 3rd. He's going to make it a 3-base hit, his 3rd of the year, and that opens the inning.
Well, and that's a do-or-die play for Jose Siri. If he does not come up with it, as that ball is just slicing away from him, then it's going to be a triple. And he gave it everything he could to try to make a play for his pitcher and just ends up a little bit short. He's got outstanding closing speed, but that ball was just kind of fading away from him, and he could not run it down.
I'll tell you though, as a pitcher, BA, you got to appreciate that effort.
Yep.
Even if he doesn't work out in your favor, I mean, that's how you want your center fielder to go after the ball.
Brent Rooker with the infield in. And he did go on the appeal down to Chris Conroy, the crew chief of this group. And a strike. Nice job by Rortvedt there to pull that one in.
Well, 0-2, and now Pepiot can start thinking about strikeout. What can I put him away with? Got the runner on third, less than 2. Can't think strikeout from pitch 1, but you get here, what's your best put-away pitch?
And he got him. Swing and miss right there, and Rooker is out, number 1.
That just, you know, you have visions of Littell from last night. Look at how long that ball stays in the zone. Completely different off-speed pitch. You know, Littell throws the split almost like a fork ball, and Pepiot, it's more like a true circle change. The effect is the same.
This is Andujar. He did the damage last night. And then lays off the off-speed pitch, too low, 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, BA, watching Littell last night and watching Pepiot tonight, do you think Pepiot picked up anything from Littell's start yesterday?
Well, I think that certainly that the split that was featured last night by Littell,
yep,
you know, set a career high for swings and misses on that pitch, and he saw how effective it was. Now, that means that, listen, that's a good idea, but you've got to be able to go out and execute it. And so far, Pepiot has done that. But I think that certainly watching Littell have the success that he did with his off-speed pitch, specifically that split, gave him confidence with his changeup tonight, because we've seen an awful lot of it.
2-1.
Well, you can see the depth to that pitch too. Really getting that vertical movement, that drop right toward the end. I mean, it looks fastball the entire way and then just drops off the table.
It's going to be foul, pulled out of play.
Yeah, the only time that Pepiot gets in trouble with that pitch is when he gets underneath it. As long as he's staying on top of it, then you're going to get the movement that you're talking about, Doug. He gets underneath it a little bit and it starts to push that pitch. Now all of a sudden it stays flat and up in the zone, and it's much easier to read.
And the four-seamer foul the other way out of play.
But again, just an emergency hack. You know, he's just trying to get up there to buy himself another pitch. Now, what does Pepiot do here? He's got a lot of options. He can go with the slider if he wants to get some tilt to it. He can double up on that heater up, or he can go back to that changeup. All 3 of them are viable here. Again, what can I get the swing and miss with? That runner at third, less than 2.
And a fly ball back into left field, backing up the Rosarena to make the catch. Leday's going to tag and score on what turns out to be a sacrifice fly.
And I think he went back to the changeup. And listen, Andujar, that's the kind of way the at-bat started. He took a pretty good change down in the zone and then finally got one here he could handle and got the fly ball deep enough to get the run in.
Leadoff triples are so hard to pitch around. I mean, you got a guy on third base, and you got to be beyond perfect to not allow that runner to score.
Jay Langeliers fouls the fastball back. And nice job with Rortvedt trying to bring that pitch inside the zone. But it's a ball outside, and it's 1-1. Slice foul beyond the bullpen mound. So Oakland grabbing the first run on the leadoff triple by Bleday.
Yeah, Dwayne, you're talking about Rortvedt and the way that he works behind the plate. I always admire the way that he tries to pull that top of the zone pitch down, especially the fastball from Pepiot. That's so important for a catcher to be able to frame that. You get on top of that pitch and pull down with the fingers and frame that thing right in front of the umpire. A lot of times you'll get that call.
And did he go? Yes, he did. That takes care of Oakland. They pick up 1 run. It's 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Well, let's take a look at a little pregame prep work by our own Doug Wechter. And how about it? How about the fact that you called it?
Get up, ball!
Don't hang it. Don't hang it. And as soon as you made contact, you could read your lips. That's gone.
You know how excited I was to text my entire family and tell them I actually hit a ball out of the park? Hey, have you ever seen a guy with that much hair product go hit BP, first of all?
No. And not get one out of the yard.
I had to get one out of the yard.
They're
with
hitting
all
14 hoppers to short with that kind of hair.
It was fun, man, going out there. I told you this, but Dwayne, I didn't tell you. So at 3:15, I was supposed to meet Brady North out there, and we're going to get BP going. And at like 3 o'clock, I'm super confident. I'm like, man, this is going to be a great idea. I am so happy I'm doing this. I'm going to hit a bomb. It's going to be great. At 3:10, I'm like, this is the worst idea I have ever had. And these Wechter Wednesdays this is ridiculous. I can't believe I agreed to it.
Uh-oh. This pitch hits Paredes. A 1-strike pitch, and Paredes, take a look at this.
Yeah, that changeup just gets away from him and gets the inside of that throwing elbow. As if he needed anything else to hit on that throwing arm.
Yeah, he'll take.
But then, how far into BP did that ball leave?
I think on the 3rd hit, it hit the top of the fence.
Saw that
and
one.
At that time, I was like, oh, I'm going to get one out. Like 100%, I'm going to get one out. And 2 pitches later, here, let's go through another swing. That's where I did not feel confident. At that point in time, I'm second guessing everything. That was me swinging as hard as I could. The best part is when the guys in the truck slowed it down and made me look at the Oakland A's. They were all stretching at that time, wearing me out, just wearing me out. I mean, every one of them I was hearing them. No.
Well, listen, you got one out. It's a bottom line game, and you went yard, when the ball came off the bat. You called it. That ball's gone.
You know, I just felt it, like off the bat. You're like, oh, that ball's gone. I couldn't, and you know what? I should have just shut it down right there. You know, but of course,
then you get greedy.
Of course, I'm like, well, wait a second. I'll get multiple home runs now. That didn't happen. After about swing 7, I was exhausted. Look at the slow motion of the face. Look at that. Oh boy! You ever look at a video of yourself and be like, "Oh my God, that's not good." Well, that's me right now. I got one out, boys.
Yes, you did.
Hey, here's Brandon Lau. He's finding the gap on this one into right center field. Paredes being waved around third. He will score, and Brandon's digging for 3. Safe at third, and this game is tied at 1. Paredes hit by a pitch, and Lau jumping on the first pitch, and his at bat triples up the alley into right center.
They got a hanger. Watch this pitch. It doesn't do much of anything but just spin like a cement mixer right in the middle of the plate, and Brandon Lau is all over it. And boy, was that perfectly placed deep out into that right center field gap. And then it becomes a track meet.
So the Rays quickly tie this game. Now the infield is up. And Ramirez fouls it. Strike 1. Good contact guy at the plate right now. Earl came into the game at 272, 270 right now. Trying to give the Rays the lead. And now down in the count. Pitch sweeping away from him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the pitch. You know, last year, the year before, you know, there's a lot of the 4-seam fastball, top of the zone, the ride, the carry, and now the sweeper in the last couple of seasons has become the pitch du jour.
That's foul back.
Did you just drop a pitch du jour?
I did.
On the broadcast?
I did. You know, that was I was hearkening back to
Harkening.
Yes, what was the movie?
VA with the vocab.
Yeah, well, it's olden times broadcast.
Oh, boy.
And a flashback to Montreal. The 0-2 and a little hopper through the middle, backhanded there, and the throw to first. Came off the second baseman there, and holding at third is Brandon Lau.
I was hearkening back, Doug, to Dumb and Dumber when he asked what the soup du jour was. And she's like, "It's the soup of the day," and he's like, "You know, great, I'll have one of those."
Big gulps, huh, guys? Okay.
Randy Arozarena, infield stays in with a runner at third and 1 out now. The pitch is a strike.
That pitch started at his hip. I mean, he started that pitch at his hip and it ended up breaking to the inside part of the plate.
Popped up. Foul ball playable for Langeliers, and he's going to make the catch. So with a man at third, the ground ball by Ramirez, now the pop foul by Arozarena, and the Rays are going to have to come up with something here, 2 outs, if they're to get this man home from third. Ahmed Rosario came into the game hitting .281, 20 runs batted in. And that's a strike. Fly ball into right. Seth Brown in line to make the catch, and the Rays settled for the tying run at the end of 4. It's a 1-1 game. Rays baseball brought to you by the Aggressive Attorneys, Winters in Yonker. By West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. And by your local Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. We go to the 5th inning with Seth Brown leading off, and that's a soft fly ball short right, and there to make the catch, Palacios. What a grab, charging that one, reaching down and making that sliding catch, hanging on. And that is out number 1. Nicely done.
It is, and it starts with the jump. He gets a great jump, and that ball starts to die, and now you've got to position yourself. And he does a great job of doing that. Gets to the spot, and then goes down to the slide. That was smooth.
Really cool angle from where I saw it. That ball just basically dropped straight down on Palacios. What a play. That was incredible from my angle.
That's the last thing Brian O'Nora needed, was that.
Yeah, the plate umpire in the bottom of the 4th inning had to take a little time. And now I think here's a situation where they may decide to go with 3 umpires here.
Yeah. Yep. And he got dinged right on the forehead. You see him kind of buckle.
Yeah, he was already not feeling well the last inning or so, it appeared.
Yep, I think they're making the move.
Yep. So there's the lineup card, and Brian O'Nora, who's been the Major League umpire in the crew as a regular since '99. So we're going to have a little delay here while they make the switch to 3 umpires.
Yeah, this is all about getting the equipment on one of them, and that is not a quick transition.
And you always wonder about this situation. Of course, we hope everything's okay with Brian O'Nora, but you're concerned with the effect it has on on a pitcher. And, you know, Pepiot had made, I think, 2 pitches here in this inning.
Yeah. Hey, you re-warm up, and basically this is another up-down. Is what's going to end up happening here for Pepiot. And remember, this is coming off of his last start, which the previous start was 17 days earlier. He got hit with that line drive. Remember, he missed that time after getting hit against the Mets. He came back on the 22nd against Boston. That was a week ago here. Last Wednesday. And, you know, now being limited.
I think the hard part is you have no idea how long the delay is going to be. I mean, if you're just sitting in between innings, you can watch, you can see if there's 2 outs, you can start getting yourself ready, even if it is a long inning. But at this point in time, you have no idea how long this delay will be.
Yeah, well, let's hope that it doesn't affect Pepiot, because he was throwing so well in this tie game 1-1 on a day when, I'll tell you, it was a Wechter Wednesday in more ways than one. Let's take a listen to all this.
All right, we're at Tropicana Field for maybe one of the worst ideas for a Wechter Wednesday. I am legit about to hit in the cage. Brady North, you came here. You're all mic'd up. Assistant hitting coach, he's going to give me some advice. So you got any advice for me?
Good luck. Hit it hard, man. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt today.
Well, let me see a couple. Oh, Todd, yes. Oh. Heads up, boys.
There we go. He's got it.
Ball, get up, ball, get up, ball.
Oh!
That's
there.
it right there, baby. That's gone.
Oh, that's it.
Get up!
Longo landing. The Wincy special.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby. Boys in the truck owe me. I'm going to go for multiple now, boys.
Motor loves a good pulled baseball.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Dude, I'm back legging and it's barely getting to the warning track. I thought that was on the set. 34 and a half, actually.
Yeah, that's a big bat. That's a man's bat.
What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying it's a man's bat. I mean,
So what do you think about my swing?
it's
What do I
not
need to
bad.
change?
It's not bad. It actually flattens out a little bit, but we love a good pulled baseball. Let's keep the barrel a little more vertical right here and hit a homer.
All right, Todd, me and you, baby.
Change up.
Oakland's wearing me out down the line.
That hot shot line drive off Johnny Cueto, or that home run?
Hey, Dwayne, this is why you're the best. You noticed I had 1 major league hit.
Yes, you were 1 for 8.
And of course, the fellas from the truck had to put my stats down on the bottom when I was trying to hit BP. And, you know, 1 for 8.
Oh, look at this. Those guys are right on top of it.
That was with the old goatee. Oh, right up the middle, Johnny Cueto. Hey, listen, this was so much fun for me that after that inning, so immediately, as soon as I get back, okay, Dave Fox on first base, right? I look back to my bullpen, and I'm like, oh, I'm all excited, all that stuff. Next inning, give up 4 runs, it took me out.
Hey, and here's another guy with power, showing that he's going deep.
Well, of course. Look at the strides. You got to slow down. You hit a bomb, BA. You got to take more time.
Hey, listen, I didn't think it was getting out. I was thinking 3 bags, baby. 3 bags.
Hey, listen, I only hang with heavy hitters.
Well, oh, man, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun hitting today, and I got to use this. That lumber right there.
Look at
Josh
that.
Lowe. This is from last season. I was able to corral one of these bad boys. It had some pop to it. 34.5-inch bat. That is a large bat. That is not what I swung when I got my 1 hit. But, yeah, you talk about a dude that's strong to be able to pull mid to upper 90s with a 34.5-inch bat. Josh Lowe, man, good on you, buddy.
Is that bat top heavy?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's top heavy, so it's got a little end, little finish to it, which I love that. And by the way, you saw how hard I was swinging in the cage. Literally, I had like 10 swings. That was as hard as I could. That's what it's like playing a scramble golf tournament with me. I mean, I am swinging out of my shoes. That's all I got. This is everything. Look at the slow motion, of course. That's not a good look.
No, but those eyes got big, and that ball went far.
Oh, boy.
Right there's you calling it.
Oh, that's got Well, the funny thing is I said that on every single one. You just caught the one I actually did hit out.
Hey, listen, a clock's right twice a day.
Hey, BA, how many hits did you have? You know your average?
It wasn't good. I mean, in 130s, 140, in that range. I don't know how many total hits. The only thing that I was happy about as far as my offensive, I wanted to accomplish a couple of things. I wanted to be able to, single, double, triple, home run, obviously, steal a bag. So I was 2 for 2 stolen bases, had the home run, couple of triples, a few doubles, whatever. But I wanted to homer from both sides of the plate. Yep. and I hit the one left-handed. I had more power right-handed.
You were a switch hitter for real?
Yeah. That was smart, right? The little bit of time that you get to work on hitting,
right.
And I decided to split that in half.
How much did you practice? I mean, you didn't hit BP. Did you hit BP every week?
You know what? We would, when I was with Arizona, we would take BP. Pitcher's BP would be before regular BP when we were at home. And so that was it. And on the road, you only took BP if you were pitching that particular day.
Hey, as a switch hitter, did you have a little trepidation if you were facing a left-hander? You're a lefty, and now you're going to hit right-handed, so that pitching arm is up front there.
And they would make me wear a pad. I didn't all the time, but they got to the point that they would put that pad on me. I didn't like it. I didn't like swinging with the big, the arm guard, and I certainly wasn't going to get up on the plate and Craig Biggio take a hit by pitch to get on there.
Who did you hit the bomb off of? I didn't see.
Mark Gardner.
Mark Gardner. Fastball?
And by the way, the funny story about that, not so funny for Mark, but he came in. So Joe Nathan had started that game for the Giants. He became the closer with the Twins forever. So he was a starter, and he gave up, I guess it was 5 runs in the first inning, in the bottom of the first. And so Mark Gardner comes in the bottom of the second, and he's starting off with me. And thinking, okay, at least I start with the pitcher. I'm going to have to get some innings in here, and then the pitcher takes you deep. So I don't think that was
Look at you running so you were a good base runner, I get.
Well, you know what? And that was the thing. On the days that I pitch, obviously, I was in the lineup National League. On the days that I didn't pitch, I would have plastic cleats on because Buck Showalter would use me as a pinch runner.
Oh, boy.
So, from time to time, not always, but I was on call basically every night because it basically gave him an extra position player that he didn't have to waste a guy to go out there and run because I was a pretty good base runner and had some speed. So I got some opportunities to go out and do that, either that or go out and pinch bunt.
Well, as I'm wiping off whipped cream on my street, I'm going to tell you one base running story I had. So I was in Cincinnati, and I dropped down a bunt. It was a sacrifice bunt. They didn't end up getting me at first. It was a fielder's choice, so I'm on first base. Carl Crawford, the fastest guy in our lineup, is coming up next, right? And so Carl Crawford all of a sudden puts one in the gap, and I'm on first. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go, right? And so I'm running, and it was like, one of those middle school things where the slow kid's running and the fast kid's running right behind him, and you're waiting for him to lap him. And that was what was happening on third base. So I'm rounding second base. Tom Foley's the third base coach. I'm going to third base, totally thinking I'm shutting it down, right? Like there's no way he's going to send me. He starts wheeling me around, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. And he gave me this late stop, right? So he goes from wheeling me around to the late stop sign. My feet came right up underneath me, fellas. And I mean, I hit the deck, right? I army crawl it back to third base, and all I do is look back to our dugout. Every single guy is on the top step wearing me out. I heard it for the rest of the season, and I did not pinch run for anyone.
Doug, I got a similar story that we'll have to get into at some point while Ryan Pepio's warming up. I got put into pinch run in the Astrodome against Houston. And so I'm put into pinch run at first base. The bases are loaded. Similar to you, Tony Womack.
Oh, boy.
At the plate. Tony Womack hits a lot. Now, there's 1 out or no outs. There was less than 2, obviously, so it wasn't like I was running on contact. Line drive to left field. And I've got to hold up because the left fielder is going to try and make a play on it. So I'm kind of caught in no man's land. Well, guess who's not stopping running? Womack coming up the first base line. The ball scoots by the left fielder. He dives, it scoots by him. I'm telling you something right now. I have never run faster in my life, and it turned out that Tony Womack got an inside the park grand slam.
Oh, boy.
I was telling the radio guys that story. Andy Freed had it pulled up within 2 minutes, and so I got to actually watch it for the first time. But just like you, I was scared to death.
Oh, terrified.
Well, we're all set now to resume play. Derek Thomas will take over behind the plate. And as we go to the fifth inning, 1 out and a 1-strike count on the hitter Geloff, and he fouls that pitch back. So it's 0-2. So after the delay, Brian O'Nor, the plate umpire, leaving this game under the weather.
Hey, Doug, I got to ask you.
1-2 now.
I'll ask you live on the air.
Oh,
Are you going to go ahead and invoice for the third pregame show that we just did?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah,
that's a great
I'm
idea.
Fire it in there. See if I can sneak it by him.
And he did go. He is out on strikes. So Pepiot finishes off the second baseman Geloff here for the second out of the inning. After that delay, turned that one over.
That's that changeup. I'm telling you. And Doug, to your point, we were talking earlier. I think that you're absolutely right. I think he watched all the success that Littell had with his changeup last night and said, you know what? Why not?
Tyler Soderstrom.
Well, it kind of goes back to, you know, our days, minor league and all the way up to the big leagues, where you're charting the game before, right? You chart the game before, and at first when you're coming up through the minor leagues, you're like, why do I have to do this? But then you start realizing you're teaching yourself how to actually throw against these guys. And, you know, the similar movement, you could say, from the split finger yesterday to the changeup today, that downward action, both right-handers and left-handers. I think that's one of the similarities, is that Littell and Pepiot are able to throw these pitches to righties and lefties.
Now 2-1. Well, he had already started the fifth inning with 1 out and a pitch into the second hitter. Came the delay. Now he has resumed, and there's a foul ball to square the count at 2-2. Do have to ask you, Doug, you were excited when you hit that ball out today. More excited on the hit off Cueto or the home run tonight?
I would say it's equal excitement, because everybody was doubting me today. And I mean everybody, except DJ, my man DJ with the camera. He never doubts me. I got to say, the guys in the truck didn't have a lot of confidence in me. But to prove them wrong really felt good. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about.
3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And that will take care of Oakland in the top of the fifth inning. TV timeout brought to you by your local GMC dealers. Elevate your weekend at Tropicana Field. The Rays go head-to-head against the Orioles. It's a 4-game weekend series beginning Friday, June 7th through Monday, wrapping around through the 10th. Get your tickets today at RaysBaseball.com. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 1 ball, no strikes.
Interested to see how Estes comes out. That was a long break for him.
Yes, it was. Ben Woodford here leading off for the Rays. It's 1-1. I'll tell you, Pepiot picked up where he left off in the top half of this inning. And Estes has been very good. The Rays took advantage of the hit batter in the fourth on the triple by Lau. Woodford fouls it back. That tied the game, so we're tied bottom of the fifth here, 1-1.
You know, just watching Estes here in the early going, Doug, you get the feeling that fastball success that he has had, without it being overwhelming, I think part of it is that he marries it very well to his changeup.
Yeah.
And he plays them off of each other.
Well, I think the arm speed, you were talking about the arm speed of Pepiot and the changeup coming off of the fastball. See a lot of similarities with Estes.
And a call, third strike right there. Break on that slider. Well, there you go, the breakout, and you can see the 2020 season. He missed a full season there because the minor league season canceled. And then the big break to get to the big leagues, the Olsen trade with Atlanta.
I was hoping you're going to mark one more line just to see where you're going to come up with there. You used the check mark, you got the star.
Did you see what I did last night?
Nope. Oh, I wish I would now.
Yeah. It was a good one.
Oh, boy.
It was a good one. I made a team disappear. Took them right out of the graphic.
Okay. They didn't exist.
It was done in a surreptitious manner.
You're going to get to go visit there soon, Doug.
Yeah. Yes.
No day at the pool.
But yeah, you got vacation coming up, buddy. What do you got?
I don't know.
You gotta, I mean, you're one of the hardest working men in show business. You got to have something lined up.
I don't have anything lined up. I have chasing around an 8 and a 5-year-old.
Well, that's a busy time.
Yeah, and finding things to do. And I'll tell you what, the smoker and the grill are going to get worn out.
Yes. The barbecue action.
Yeah, and then guess what? And then at night, I get to kick back with Baker and watch you and D. Wayne do your thing.
A lot of pressure on the two of us.
Well, Dwayne, you're going to drive the ship, as always.
Well, Siri is going to head to first, drawing the walk. We'll take a look at the Rays and the schedule. Into Baltimore.
Yeah.
There.
And Miami.
And then here's Doug at the pool with the little palm tree.
Oh, your artwork is beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
that's a great palm tree,
the little mugs.
Is that a little drink there? A little libation.
Well, you got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, yes, you do.
I couldn't get the umbrella out of the top, but I got the cup drawn.
Can you take that pen away from him, Dwayne? What's going on with that telestrator up there?
Yeah, well, he's so far over there now. He's expecting it. It's fouled, out of play.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
You got to use the element of surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
1 on, 1 out. 2 strikes on Palacios. Siri drew the walk. Upstairs. Wanted to Doug, you know what I'm looking forward to is when we get back off this trip, that long critique list that PBA will present.
You know what?
No.
Hey, I was asking him today, Dwayne, I want to hear your thoughts. So he has, 5 games off coming up, right?
Yeah.
I think on day 2, he's going to be over it, and he's going to be like, oh, man, I got to get back in the booth. He's going to be itching. BA's one of those guys who can't, he has to work. He has to. Hey.
During the season, yeah.
During the season,
it is weird to take some time off.
Right, you get in that routine, right?
You do. I mean, and every day, really, it's the same. You get up. For me, you get up, go get a workout in, and start doing prep work, and whatever.
Yeah, you get the routine.
Everybody has the routine, and then when you get thrown out of it, yeah, it's fun for a day or two.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, you're kind of itching to get back at it. But
Dwayne, we'll get about 20 texts tonight.
Down the left side, that's going to be foul. Down beyond the bullpen.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Listen, you're going to get, you got the day game tomorrow. Hop on the plane and right to Baltimore. That's going to be a big series.
Yeah.
That's one of those measuring stick series. The Rays' first look at the Orioles. That's going to be a lot of fun for you guys to do. A lot of fun for me to watch.
It's going to be a tough one. Boy, Baltimore is playing very good right now.
Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're going to have to tell me how to work the telestrator, though. I don't know if I can draw a palm tree that quick.
Yeah, I don't know how that just was.
It's evolved.
Scribbling.
Yeah, now you just let it naturally flow. Fly ball left center field. That's got some hang time. Bleday is over there, and he made the catch. Reaching down and getting back to first, Siri, before they can make a play on him there. Well, Bleday covered some ground and closed on that one in left center field.
Watch how close, and he's positioned properly. But again, that ball is creeping away from him, and he's got to go down and get that ball below the waist. Certainly helped out being left-handed to the glove side. That is a reach and one heck of a play. And I'll tell you what, Siri had sold out to be like, if that ball gets to the turf, I'm going to score. So he had to scramble back to first.
Now Yandy Diaz takes it down and away. Siri's still over there at first now with 2 outs.
There have been no stolen base attempts against Estes. Again, small sample size, only 3 starts.
And there's one into right center field. Bleday closing and reaches up to make the catch. And the Rays leave a man in the 5th, onto the 6th, 1-1.
Well, the lines are even here through 5. Ryan Pepiot taking the mound top of the 6th, and guess what? Listen, you can tell that this is well thought out, and look at how he is bunching these pitches right here. 5 of the 6 strikeouts on the changeup. That's a season high for him, and obviously that is part of the game plan, and he is executing at a high level with that pitch.
And there's a strikeout there on the edge. Max Schumann, the shortstop, leading off in the 6th inning. And just a little bit up with that one.
Boy, pretty crazy. He's been on attack mode this whole time. Over 75% first pitch strikes. Major league average is 60%.
There's a strike. 1-2. And boy, what a great advantage that is for the pitcher to get that count running in his favor.
Flips the whole at bat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And especially with stuff like his, when he's controlling the count.
And a wave and miss. 96 up, takes care of Schumann.
Well, as much success that he has had with the changeup, that's going to make this pitch even better, because now you've got that changeup in the back of these hitters' minds, and you go with 96 elevated, and you've just got no shot.
Definition of pitching vertically, isn't it?
Toro takes it up the left side. That's going to be fair. A couple of feet inside the line, extra bases. Rosarena retrieves it, and then to second base goes Toro. A 1-out double.
He got a cutter that did not get where Pepiot wanted it. They want that ball kind of middle in. That ball stays middle away, doesn't do a whole lot. And Toro, who's one of the hotter hitters for Oakland, gets a good look at that pitch, puts a good swing on it, and some trouble here for Pepiot and the Rays.
Yeah. Third time through the order, you wonder if they're just going over what they want to do with Bleday.
Well, Bleday had the triple in the 4th inning, and that led to a run.
This baseball season, nothing hits like Dunkin'. Always a fan favorite. Swing in today. America runs on Dunkin'.
So the Rays talk it over before they pitch to Bleday with Rooker on deck. So the 2 and 3 hitters due up. Kevin Kelly up in the bullpen for the Rays on the right field line.
And this doesn't have really anything to do with Pepiot's pitch count. It's more of the up and downs, the long delay while he was out on the mound, all the while coming of his 2nd start after coming off of the IL. Just being cautious with him.
It's popped up foul and is out of play for a strike. Throw the runner back there. And he missed just off the plate end. 1-1. Both bullpens busy now. We saw Kelly down the right side. And Tyler Ferguson gets up down the left field line for Oakland. Two and one. That will square it. Ground ball to the right side. Brandon Lau's throw to first in time. Toro goes to third. Runner over there with 2 outs. Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters during a home game. Go to any Cain's Furniture store within 5 days and receive a Tijuana Flats coupon. Visit CainsStrikeout.com. Brent Rooker with a single and a strikeout on the night. Pitch is a strike. Rooker, a dangerous hitter up there with pop. 30 home runs a year ago. 1-1.
What's interesting that the Oakland A's, they rely so much on the home run this year, and that ballpark, it's not easy to get a ball out of there.
That pitch missed down, and no chase from Rooker. Yeah, I think they're fourth, I think, in the major leagues in home runs.
Yeah, over 50% of their runs scored coming into this series were all via the home run.
I think it was the highest percentage in baseball. That's how reliant they are. And you're right, Doug. You get those cool nights out in Oakland, that ball's not going anywhere.
How'd you like pitching there?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. And it's funny because you got a lot of foul territory. You would think it'd be a pitcher's ballpark, but something about that place, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, my numbers will tell you that I didn't like it. Quite emphatically.
And there's ball 4 down. Well, Kevin Cash will head to the mound. Well, there's the breakout on the as we look at the Florida Lottery board, sponsored by the Florida Lottery. Runs scored via the home run, 52%. Only the Yankees and the Athletics are over 50% in runs scored via the home run. Call to the bullpen now, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. With Cash Castle bonus play, your Gold Rush Legacy and Florida Lotto game tickets could win you a trip to a real Irish castle, plus a cash prize of up to $1 million. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly.
Well, how about Ryan Pepiot's afternoon or evening? I mean, my goodness, attacking the strike zone. Actually, 81% of the time he was ahead with a first pitch strike and just owned the count. From then on, was able to roll that changeup down in the zone, worked off it vertically with the fastball up right there. 5 of the 7 punch-outs come via the changeup. You see his line, 5 2/3, only the 3 hits, only 2 hard hit balls all evening, meaning 2 balls in play, registering over 95 miles an hour. Really good stuff from Ryan Pepiot.
And so Kevin Kelly now takes over, facing McGill and Duhar. A ball, no strikes. 2 outs. A double by Toro. He moved to third on the ground ball. The walk to Rooker. 1-0 to Andujar. And a strike. 1-1. Tapper going to be a tough play, and there will be no play. The Radiants could only hope that somehow that ball might kick foul, but it rolled to a stop. And Toro crosses the plate to make it 2-1.
Boy, these are gut punches. A swinging bunt off the back of Andujar, and there's just no play to be made. And as much as you want to see that roll foul, there's no chance that's happening either. And it gives Oakland the lead.
Andujar drives in another run. He has driven in all of the runs here tonight and last night. Langeliers takes a strike. So Toro across the plate. Rooker's at second. Andujar at first. And a check swing. And just down. With 1 out, Toro doubled. He has scored with 2 outs following the walk and the infield hit. This one is popped into shallow center for Jose Siri, who makes the grab. 1 run across the plate. Bottom of the 6th coming, 2-1 Oakland.
How's it going? I'm Ryan Bass here in our Bally Sports Studios. Welcome to our Rooms to Go lounge. It's time to take a trip down memory lane for this week in Rays baseball.
On May 29th, 2018, the Rays hit back-to-back-to-back home runs for the 4th time in team history. In the top half of the 3rd, C.J. Cron, Joey Wendle, and Wilson Ramos all went deep, helping the Rays to a 4-3 win in Oakland.
Well, Isaac Paredes coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rays trailing by a run. I'll tell you, our Verizon player profile, look at what Isaac has done. Listen, he's had an outstanding year for the Rays, been maybe their most consistent hitter, but look what he's done with 2 strikes. I mean, those are big numbers. With 2 strikes down in the count, you look at the league average, he is so far above it at 279, but with damage. 5 homers, 14 driven in, and he is 2nd in Major League Baseball with 31 hits while having 2 strikes against him. Just no fear.
And here he is facing Tyler Ferguson, and that pitch is 1 hop down to 3rd. Toro comes up with it, and Paredes on 1 pitch is retired.
Well, Ferguson on for the 8th time, the ERA 4.5, whip 1.37. You can see he can get himself into some trouble with the walk. 9 strikeouts, but 7 walks. And this is what he features. The fastball about 68% of the time, forcing 2-seam, and then he'll sweep it and he'll cut it.
Brandon Lau into left center field. That ball's going to be in there. Extra bases rolling all the way to the wall. He will go to 2nd and stop there with a double. That follows the 4th inning triple. And now the Rays have the potential tying run in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, Brandon knows that Ferguson loves the fastball, and so there you go. You're kind of waiting for it. You get one there, you can get your arms extended, and you barrel it the other way. Good night so far for Brandon Lau, and now he needs a little bit of help. Someone get him in.
Second double of the year for Brandon. And now Aranda will pinch hit. The left-handed bat will get the call. Aranda hitting for Ramirez. Aranda against the 30-year-old right-hander Ferguson. Pitch is a ball wide. Potential tying run in scoring position at 2nd. And a strike. Lovelady on the left side. Clevenger on the right side. The 2 lefties busy in the bullpen.
You don't see that very often. You're righty lefty maybe, but not 2 lefties.
Aranda fouls it back.
That might have everything to do with what the score is coming out of this inning.
Yep. Whether the Rays are trailing or otherwise.
Pretty interesting. You saw right there how Ferguson grips the pitch. He grips that split finger before he grips any other pitch, puts it in the glove, because that's the hardest one to manage.
And that's the fastball, 97, foul back.
Now, I always thought it was so interesting, and I always did it myself. You always grab the hardest pitch to grip, put it in the glove. You set that grip so you don't have to dig in if you want to go to that pitch, right, B.A.?
Yeah, oh, you're absolutely right. And it's much easier to get off the toughest grip to get to the other ones. So Yeah, you see that. A lot of guys that throw that split finger, that's what they go into the glove with. And especially now, you know, the cameras that are everywhere now. And these guys have gotten so good at picking up pitches from glove flares, from, you know, looks from second base. I mean, a lot of different ways they can do it. And the video that they can break down to try to figure out what a pitcher is throwing and if there's any tell.
Just enough to stay alive on that 1-2 count. Ferguson out of Vanderbilt. He's back in 2015. Made his big league debut this year against Texas. And a shot up the right side. A base hit. That's going to tie the game. Home from second. Brandon Lau crosses the plate. It's 2-2 on the pinch hit line. Single by Aranda.
Well, a great job at getting on top of this four-seamer. It's running in just above the belt, and Aranda is able to get out around it, barrel it, and get it down safely, and the Rays answer right back.
Oh, Randy Arozarena pitches a strike. And Arozarena's down 0-2. It has been a difficult start, continuing into the 1/3 mark. Aranda backhanded first. Takes it down just off the plate. 1-2. And a hot shot, fair ball up the left field line. Extra bases. Aranda will go to third. It's a double for Randy Arozarena. It's second and third with one out. Big hit for Arozarena right there.
Yeah, able to lay off the nasty slider down and away, and then all of a sudden a mistake is made. Ferguson, this one backs up, stays middle in, and Randy, boy, he gets a great look at it, picks up the spin, and then barrels it. Got that ball sharply enough that Toro kind of falling for it. He couldn't get to it. Aranda over to third, and now the Rays in business here. Second and third, one out.
And Ahmed Rosario for two, the infield in for Oakland. 2 men in scoring position, and the pitch is down. Double, single, double. Rays have tied it, threatened to grab the lead. Ball two. Big cut. That's 96 from Ferguson. 2-1. He's got a run off Estes in 5 innings. Now one off Ferguson. 2-1 and a ground ball to short. There will be a play at the plate, and out there is Aranda's cut down. Schumann, the shortstop, to Langeliers, the catcher.
Well, contact play, and there he goes, off and running. He happens to be right at Schumann. Gets a good pitch to Langeliers, who is positioned perfectly out in front of home plate where you have to be. create the lane and now go in for the tag, and he got him before Aranda got to the home plate.
So the Rays will have men on the corners with 2 outs and a pitching change coming for Oakland. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. For free 24/7 confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741. The new pitcher, Scott Alexander. They bring on the left-hander, and Ben Rortvedt will be lifted in favor of the right-handed bat of Alex Jackson. First and third, 2 gone. And this pitch up and away, starting down the line, Arozarena, and he'll go back to third. Boy, that pitch off the mitt of Langeliers, but he recovered. Up to second base goes Rosario, so that's going to be a wild pitch, allowing him to move up.
Wow, just the webbing of that catcher's mitt saved Oakland, at least for the time being. Knocked it down enough.
Now second and third, 2 outs. Ground ball foul behind Brady Williams. A little piece of that one foul. 1 and 2. 2 runs, 4 hits for Oakland. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Rays. Jackson pinch hitting behind and down the line. Here comes Arozarena, and he is out at the plate. Arozarena took off from third, trying to steal home with Alexander's back to the play, and he is caught attempting to steal home. Here's another look.
Right, trying to catch him by surprise. He had a huge lead. There he goes. Boy, just a perfect feed by Alexander.
And at the end of 6, it's 2-2.
Well, here we are heading into the top of the 7th inning, all tied up at 2. Ryan Pepiot getting into the 6th inning, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, had a walk and 7 strikeouts. The changeup for him very good tonight. Brandon Lau having a heck of a night, triple and a double, scored a run, drove in a run. Miguel Andujar having quite the series for Oakland here. And then you see Joey Estes and his line gave the Oakland Ball Club a really good start.
Clevenger, the new pitcher for the Rays. Garrett Clevenger, the lefty. Cameron pinch hitting for Brown. With the lefty out there.
How about that? Last 20 games, 1 earned run, opponent average. Look at the strikeout rate. Elite stuff, deception.
And there's a strike. He comes in leading the team in wins with 4.
Vulture.
Yes.
Just got to pitch at the right time. Right here, 3 up, 3 down. Gives you a run in the bottom of the 7th. See what happens.
It's fouled back.
Well, there's the mix, 4-seam and the 2-seam. He had those up 39% on the heater. And then the slider, the sweeper, the cutter. A lot of different options.
It's 1-1.
You know, that's the other thing too with Clevenger that he gives you. We just saw his strikeout rate over the last 20 games. But if he's not striking you out, he's keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of ground balls to go along with it.
It's right back out of play. The count holds at 2-2. screen. Cameron recently up from Las Vegas. Up last week. And a long one down the left field line. That ball is foul. And that's the thing about him. He hit a game-tying home run leading off the bottom of the 9th inning Thursday for Oakland in their series against Colorado. Good distance on that one, but out in front, well, foul. 2-2. And we're going to go full. Pepiot, Kelly, and now Clevinger. And a swing and miss. 96 takes care of Cameron.
Took him right out of the zone. And Garrett Clevinger, he has that kind of stuff. That fastball that rides, gets great velocity on it. Look how he stays behind it. Look at that ball just seemingly rise through the strike zone. That ball was 4-6 inches over the top of the swing of Cameron.
Geloff. And a liner down to third, grabbed there by Paredes. 2 up, 2 down. Single game tickets start at just $10. Secure your seats at RaysBaseball.com. 2024 season presented by Orlando Health. 2 up, 2 down in the Oakland 7th. Aledmys Diaz will pinch hit here for the first baseman. Soderstrom was 0 for 2, and now Diaz hits for him. Strike one. Just like that, Clevinger ahead 0-2. Right, with this great run by Clevinger, it seems that almost every hitter begins with an 0-2 count.
And if you do that, then just put up your very best battle and be ready to head back to the dugout. Clevinger's stuff's too good. When he pitches out in front, it is it's an uphill climb for a hitter. I mean, you really have to hope that Clevinger gets himself into trouble, walks a guy or two, falls behind, where maybe you can start to eliminate pitches. But if he's 0-2, you're in trouble.
Two again, and a foul ball. It's 97 up, foul back.
You guys are talking about how tough it is to hit Clevinger. I mean, stuff alone makes him tough, but kind of that herky-jerky delivery, right? It's not very smooth. It's tough to time up. You add all that together, I think he could be one of the better left-handers coming out of the bullpen in the game.
1 ball and 2 strikes. So his numbers certainly reflect that. He has had a great run out of the Rays bullpen, to be sure. One, 2 again. Chop foul.
And he went for the backhand.
Yeah, kind of nonchalant too.
Yeah, took it for granted.
Can never assume.
Started wide and stayed out there. Didn't quite make it to the edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I tell you, Diaz battling. 8 pitches into this at bat. swing. He got just a little piece of that one.
I'll tell you what, the veteran putting up quite the battle here against Clevenger.
This is the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And he got it. Oh, that was quite a battle. Strikes him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch brought to you by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers. Here we go. On to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game.
Velo, 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 and this is why. I mean, let's just go to the opponent's average. As the velocity climbs, guess what? Averages plummet. Same thing with slug. The whiff rate goes up. And that's why there's a never-ending search for more velocity. The training for it, the grooming of it.
Well, how much different is it used, though, now, too, BA? I mean, back when we were throwing, it was, hey, you're throwing hard, but you still need it at the bottom of the zone. Now, let that fly. Let it ride up top in the zone and then come off of that.
Well, it goes back to that triangle that Pepiot was talking about when you were going through his different pitches, the grips, and the way that he uses them, and he lets that fastball ride at the top of the zone. Then all of a sudden you got the changeup down one way, and you've got the breaking ball, the slider down the other way. And a lot of times, even that pitch, he's using it like more of a cutter. It's on the same plane.
You know, it's interesting stuff-wise. I always felt like I could throw my hardest at the top of the zone. Naturally, my fastball always wanted to ride to the top. I would have to take a little bit off to locate down. And now they teach you, well, why take anything off? Utilize your best stuff and let it play where it needs to play.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting with all of the research that's out there, all of the little tools that are out there for these players to get an opportunity to utilize some of that. That would have been a lot of fun. Yeah. And you think about being able to, to track pitches in live, right? I mean, in real time, where you throw a pitch and you can see where your fingers were placed behind it, what the spin efficiency was, all of that stuff. Streamline your mechanics.
Oh, Alex Jackson is out on strikes to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. One gone. Bullpens are busy. And this one disappeared on him.
That was the split right there from Alexander. He utilizes that same pitch. We were talking about with Zach Littell and how effective he was with his last night.
Jose Siri chops it shortstop. Long throw, and it's there in time to retire Siri. So Schumann throws him out. Vladimir Diaz now at first. Soderstrom out of the game. Downs Cameron in right. Brown lifted for the pinch hitter. Cameron in right. Diaz at first. 2 out, 7th inning. Top of the lineup now. Richie Palacios against the lefty. Pitch is down. Bullpen's busy. And the pitch stayed in. 2-0. Palacios walked in the 3rd. Out of the 5th on an outstanding play by Vlade in center, racing into left center to catch it. This one down the right side toward the bullpen. And it's 2-1. Rays have Jason Adam up in their bullpen. Austin Adams up down the left field line for Oakland. A little popper that's going to drop into the outfield right center. And the Rays have a base runner with 2 outs. Don't always have to hit it hard.
Nope, you see
hit
that
it in the right place.
Two-seam fastball going in on the hands of Palacios. Palacios just strong enough to get it over the second baseman's head. And you said it, placement, right? Little flop shot.
So a 2-out single, and now a pitching change coming for Oakland. We'll be sure and stay tuned for Rays Live post game presented by Advent Health on this Wechter Wednesday. Some hors d'oeuvres being served down there again, huh?
Come on. What's up, fellas?
Well, the new pitcher is Austin Adams. Pitched at USF out of Zephyr Hills High School. And the Rays will have Yandy Diaz to face him with a runner at first. That's Palacios over there, 2 gone. And he's on the move. And the throw to second is not in time. He got in head first. Truman taking the throw.
I didn't think they had a chance to get Palacios the way that pitch was handled by Langeliers, but I'll tell you what, he did a good job of going down and getting the throw off rather quickly, and it became a play. That ball stays up a little bit. That allows Palacios to get in there.
Now,
interesting. That hand came off the back of that bag. Was the
ball 2 to Yandy.
I'd love to get another look at that because Palacios got to the bag ahead of the throw, but that hand came off the bag, and if that tag was still being applied.
It's upstairs. We'll take another look at that. He is 8 of 8 in the steal department. Right
he's
here.
There's the tag, and he came off the bag. They should have taken a look at that.
And the pitch is a strike on the outer part of the plate. The rest of his body came across that bag. It would be interesting if you slowed it down to see if that thigh and then the lower part of the body also across that bag. Ooh, there's a strike call, and we'll take a look here. Right
out.
There, he's off the bag there.
Yeah, I mean that was clear as day when that left hand came off. And here's the thing: you can't take these challenges with you. What's Oakland waiting around? It's late.
3-2 foul the other way. Isak Paredes on deck. And Yandy draws the walk. And that will get Paredes to the plate here with 2 men on and 2 men out in the 7th inning.
Now that sweeper off the plate, Yandy Diaz not biting, and that gets your guy to the plate. How consistently productive he has been for this Rays lineup. Very appropriate situation here.
You guys are talking about his 2-strike average. I think it's pretty awesome to see him go out there and literally not change his approach the entire at-bat. And, I say that most of the time you want to see a batter go out if he gets 2 strikes, shorten up, put the ball in play. But Isak does so much damage. He has zero fear, no matter what the count is.
Hit by a pitch earlier in the game and scored the first run for the Rays. Officially 0 for 2.
And even these
1-1, and you can see what he's done against opposing bullpens.
Yeah, and bullpens, built to close out games, and he's facing some tough guys rolling out of those pens, and he's just having his way with it.
That's a shot up the left field side. Fair ball. Down into the corner. Palacios scores. Here comes Yandy. Throw to the plate's going to beat him there. He is out as he comes in standing. And the Rays come up with a run to grab the lead on that shot by Paredes. It's 3-2 Tampa Bay.
On that ball, and it stays just fair off the low wall where he got into that pitch. Right there, the tying run or the go-ahead run, and then right here, Brady Williams aggressive with Yandy Diaz, and unfortunately that throw, they're well ahead of time.
So the Rays have this 3-2 lead. On the hill now, Jason Adams for the Rays. Max Schumann, the shortstop, leading it off. Strike 1-1.
Let's take a look at our Coors Light beating the pressure, and take a look at Jason Adams and his numbers. 25 games in the season, 20 of them have been scoreless. That ERA sub-2, the whip sub-1, opponent average 158. So many ways to get you out.
Boy, that's right. That pitch just kept breaking that sweeper away.
And that's a new pitch for him. You know, he got it done last year. He was a third of the fastball, the changeup, the slider. And then all of a sudden here in 2024, he adds a sweeper.
And he misses. 95 was away that time, 2-2. The game last night, he faced Soderstrom, and Geloff and Schumann. Starts with Schumann here tonight in the 8th inning. Chop, third base, and that ball skips off the glove of Paredes. Rosario there to make the pickup, and Schumann is aboard.
And that's one of those tough in-between hops here that Isaac Paredes trying to figure out. Do I charge it? Do I retreat? He kind of goes after it, then starts to retreat to get the higher hop right here, and then up. I'm trying to go back, get a higher hop, and that ball just eats up the glove.
Isaac charged with his 4th error of the year right there. And we go to the top side. Abraham Toro. Toro doubled in the 6th, scored a run. And that's strike 1. And the move to first. Back in goes Schumann. He is 3 of 3 in the running department. Board on the error, charge to Paredes to lead off the inning. It's foul toward the on-deck circle. 0-2. Hits last night for Toro. One tonight, the double.
It's a big lead by Schumann, real big and active. That's why Adams holding the ball. Trying to get him to calm down over there because he's past the cut and he's been, you know, kind of making darting actions towards second base. Like he wants to really time him up and get going here. Adam can be a little bit deliberate. That's a huge lead, huge lead. I mean, huge. It's as big as we've seen.
And a move over there. And he got back in.
No, I think it's interesting how you see first basemen. None of them are ever on the base. You know, they're teaching like Yandy Diaz. You see him right there. He's off the base to try to slap that tag, apply the tag a little bit sooner than you would get it if you were on the base. And, you know, that's different from when we were playing BA.
Yeah, for sure. You always had that foot kind of locked into that front corner if you were the first baseman. And now with, I mean, the disengagement's gone. Is Schumann going to go?
He is on the move, and the pitch, a ground ball. Grabbed by Rosario, throw to first out there. And the runner advances to second. Rosario had to reverse his field to come up with that ball.
Yeah, as soon as that second disengagement was used by Jason Adam, you had a feeling Schumann was going to go. With a lead that big, you've got to go. And he did. Ray's able to get the out, and now you got to knuckle down here if you're Jason Adam.
J.J. Bleday, triple in 3 at-bats and a run scored.
He's still playing games out there. You've got Ahmed Rosario is trying to keep him somewhat close. And Schumann out there dancing around. If you were going to attempt to even think about stealing third, it would be around now.
And it's 1-1.
You know, and you've got Isaac Paredes pulled in. He's off the line. and he's about even with the bag, basically right in the running lane.
And a strike call. Upper part of the zone. A ball, 2 strikes. C.J. McFarland, the veteran left-hander, up in the bullpen. One, 2. And a liner into left. That's charged by Arozarena, and they will put the stop sign up. Runner's going to go down to second. He is out there. Now a runner trying to score from third, and he is safe. And Oakland scores the tying run.
Well, it started with the throw from Arozarena. Arozarena think there's going to be a play at the plate, and why as soon as that ball leaves his hand and is going over the head of all the cutoff men, then all of a sudden you're going to get an attempt to move up there by Bleday. As soon as that ball takes off, now all of a sudden you got Alex Jackson getting that ball down to second. There's the tag, and then Brandon Lau not able to get that ball back in time.
So the run scores on the throw.
As soon as that ball was thrown by Jackson, all of a sudden Schumann taking off, and there you go. Tie game.
And now Rooker, a big cut and a miss, strike 1. So it's a base hit for Bleday. And he is out at second base. Foul down the left side, 0-2. 7-2-4 on the play. Remains 2 strikes. A little piece of that one foul at the feet of Alex Jackson. And that is strike 3 call. So the top of the 8th is over. Oakland scores a run to tie.
Back at Tropicana Field, bottom of the 8th, all knotted up at 3. You see it right there. Interesting play to end the inning here. You're going to see it right here. It's a base hit to left field. Now, Randy Arozarena throws all the way through home. Misses the cutoff man. Alex Jackson chooses to go to second base. Gets the out. J.J. Bleday at second base. But as he does, base runner able to come home. That knots the score up. That ties it all up right now, boys. Bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, and that's such an interesting call, too, because as that ball is airmailed to Jackson, he sees the runner out in front of him, and he knows he can get him. Yeah, but you do have that runner at third with good speed who's looking for you to make that throw, and then he's going to try and score. I mean, that's a tough call.
Well, Caballero pinch hitting 2 pitches in, and he's down 2 strikes here facing T.J. McFarland. One and 2. Here's the repertoire of pitches for McFarland. He leads this Oakland staff in appearances with 27. Caballero staying alive, getting a little piece of that one.
I mean, that's every other game. Basically, he's pitching every other game.
Yep. Two and 2. And Caballero reaching for that changeup. Missed it, and he's out on strikes. One away in the 8th.
Well, there it is from the side. That sideways spin got him on the change of speed, got him on the location.
Well, the DH spot due. Aranda had hit earlier in the evening for Ramirez, and now he'll be lifted for the right-handed bat. Johnny DeLuca will hit against the lefty. DeLuca takes a look at that pitch, and it's down. 1 ball, no strikes. It's out of play. 1-1. Estes worked 5. Ferguson, Alexander, Adams, and McFarland following for Oakland. DeLuca trying to check. Now he's down on the count. Rays have had Pepio, Kelly, Clevenger, and Adam. Fairbanks up in the bullpen for the Rays down the right side. Two and two. Pete Fairbanks. And a line drive right at the second baseman, Geloff. 2 up, 2 down. And Randy Arozarena will be at the plate. Double down the left field line his last time up. Seventh double of the year. And he takes a look at a strike. One. That's a strike. Randy, 1 of 3 in his career against this left-hander McFarland. He's down on the count right now. And tried to check, but he is out on strikes. And it's a 1-2 3/8. We go to the 9th, tied 3-3. Three ball game. We're heading into the 9th inning. And the Rays will call upon Pete Fairbanks. You can see over the last 7 games, he has been his old self.
Yeah, I mean, dominant with the fastball and the slider. And that slider, and Doug, you could speak to this too because you're going to be down there watching it firsthand. That slider of his has so much depth that at times it looks like a really hard curveball.
Yeah, from the side, I mean, it looks 12-6. It honestly does, and it comes right out of that window where he throws that fastball, and he's powering the ball. I think since coming back, this is some of the best command I've seen, speaking of the fastball, with the heater. You know, usually goes out there at it. There was a certain point where he was throwing the slider more than the fastball. And since coming off the IL, he has now come back, attacked with the fastball, and looked very, very sharp.
Well, Rosario's now at second, Caballero at short for the Rays in the 9th inning, and the first pitch is a strike call on Andujar. Miguel Andujar with 2 runs batted in tonight. And that's a strike at the bottom of the zone right there.
Yeah, those are back-to-back sliders. That look at the depth, and boy, if you're a hitter and you're gearing up for near triple-digit fastball and you get those 2, best of luck to you.
left center field. Series trying to cut it off. The turn at first. Andujar heads for second. He is safe at second base.
What a job. You know, it starts, first of all, with the pitch. And Fairbanks goes right back to that slider, the third one in a row. And Andujar, after getting a good look at the first two, he got one that was a little bit more elevated right there. And how about the job by Siri to cut that ball off and make a play of this? That close.
So a double. The pitch down and away to the catcher, Langeliers.
How about the series that Miguel Andujar is having?
Yes, well, he's done all the damage here against the Rays, driving in all 3 runs last night. 1-1 now. He's driven in 2 runs tonight. Mason Miller joining Kelly in the bullpen. Two and one. Oh, look out, a hot shot up the middle. Rosario's throw to first, and Andujar remains at second. That ball sharply hit through the middle. Langeliers is out, 4-3.
Boy, take a look at this. Right back. Oh, boy, right over the back of Pete Fairbanks. He basically followed his name across his back.
Well, that was incredible for Rosario because that ball could have been lost with Fairbanks right there. I mean, it's shielding Rosario's vision.
Yeah,
able to see it the whole way through and then able to make that play. That was a really nice play.
It's Cameron. Down, he pinch hit, struck out in the 7th inning. Stayed on to play right field. One and one. Langeliers taking out his frustration on the dugout.
Well, not often against Fairbanks do you make that kind of contact, and that ball was missiled through the middle of the field, but Amed Rosario right there to pick it off.
1-2.
One of the things I forget pretty quickly is how big Pete Fairbanks is, and seeing from this angle, this is 6'6" dude going up there bumping triple digits. Fastball's up in the zone. When he's in the zone, he is so tough to barrel up.
Yeah, and think about, again, 6 feet 6 inches tall, staying tall over the rubber, and then his release point. I mean, he comes not straight over the top, but pretty close.
Well, another extension rate guy, right? So his 98's playing 100, 101.
Yeah, he's got great extension to begin with. I mean,
right.
Yeah, that's wide. 2-2. Upstairs, 97 off the plate. Geloff on deck. Leadoff double by Andujar. He's there at second with 1 out. 3-2 to Cameron. And a soft liner into center, going to be caught by Siri. He'll throw back to second, and back in goes Andujar. 2 gone.
I'll tell you what, these 3 Oakland hitters have made some pretty good contact. And the middle of the infield and the middle of the outfield making some plays there to keep him from cashing in. See Jose, I wonder if he's kind of got that ball into the lights at the last second.
Zach Geloff. That's down and stopped by Alex Jackson. High fly ball. Back into left center. Siri, a long run. He's going to leap. Oh, he got it. Siri made the catch. How about that? Tracking that one all the way to the wall, leaping and making a sensational grab to retire Oakland in the top of the ninth. Here it is. It's for real. Siri making an outstanding catch. Geloff can't believe it. We're still tied at 3.
Still tied because of the play made by Jose Siri right here, our Chevy play of the game. This ball, there was a charge put into it by Geloff, and look at the perfectly timed leap of Jose Siri out there at the wall, preserving the Rays lead. Look at him track it, and able to put it away when it mattered the most. Yes, sir.
Elation, frustration, and disbelief. What a catch by Siri. And on to the bottom of the ninth we go. Tied at 3. Michael Kelly on the hill in the first pitch. There's a base hit the other way. Rosario rounding first. He's going to go for 2, and he will make it a 2-base hit for Ahmed Rosario. Well, first step out of the box, he was headed for second.
Look at him track that ball, and it goes right off the end of the bat. He hits a little flare out into right field, and I guarantee as that play is unfolding in front of him, he has got designs on getting to second base, realizing how far that right fielder had to come in, Cameron, to be able to make a play, and now the Rays have a chance. Turn the tables here on Oakland.
Alex Jackson at the plate. And he's showing bunt. That's a strike.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had the third baseman, Toro, that was basically picking Alex Jackson's pockets. And then the shortstop, Schumann, having to try to run down to third just in case Rosario got a full head of steam.
And the bunt. Plays it first. Over to third base goes Rosario. So Jackson bunts him over.
Well, and I'm going to tell you what, a great bunt by Alex Jackson, because Oakland is trying to take that away. Watch right here. Toro is going to charge. Schumann is going to go to third. They want that ball bunted hard to Toro so that he can turn and feed Schumann and get the lead runner, but he deadens it out in front of the plate. It never gets to Toro. The catcher has to take it, and there you go. Nice job by Alex Jackson and the way he got that bunt down with the play on to take it away.
So now the conference on the hill, and Oakland, you have to think they're thinking about realigning their defense.
You got to get Andujar an infielder's glove, and they're going to clamp down.
So the Rays have the potential winning run at third. 1 out. Jose Siri due up. Mark Kotsay out there realigning the defensive deployment.
You take those outfielders, you put them right center, left center, and you play them shallow. And then you just load up that infield with bodies. But I'm going to tell you what, I want to go back and give props to Jackson on that bunt. Yes. Because Oakland put the defense on to take it away, to be able to make that play at third, and he was able to deaden it to where Toro had no play. It was only Langoliers. And that was an excellent job. You know, you see that bunt sometimes too hard right into Toro. He's going to spin, feed Schumann, and Rosario's out.
So here's Siri 5 men on the infield. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Boy, right now here early in the count, Jose Siri has to be thinking something elevated, something I can get into the outfield.
And now it's 1-1.
Yeah, and you're going to see nothing but that. He wants a rollover, Kelly, and Siri wants to get underneath something, get it into the outfield.
Two and one. And he takes a strike. 2-2. That's going to make it full. 96 wide, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a shot into left. That's going to do it. Base hit into left field. Rosario scores. And Siri, who made that great catch to save the day, lines this one into left to take the day. And the Rays win it 4-3. A walk-off victory for the Rays tonight at Tropicana Field. Well, the shutdown inning there for Jose Siri on the great catch and the game-winning hit.
Well, full count, and he got a pitch to be able to handle. That ball was up, it stayed flat, and Jose right there knows it. Those outfielders, again, were left center, right center, so that ball off the bat, there was no play to be mad. It wouldn't have mattered if he was standing there anyway. The tag had scored, the game's over. What a job by Siri, making the play in the field and then showing some good patience throughout that at-bat, and finally getting the ball in the air to the outfield and walking this baby off.
Well, the Rays battled to win this one. And Siri gives them the victory. A 4-3 final. Back with the totals in a moment.
Dealer today.
4-3 final. The Rays with their 3rd walk-off of the season. The first for Jose Siri. Fairbanks gets the win, Kelly the loss, and the Rays are victorious 4-3. For Brian Anderson, Doug Wechter, Dwayne Stats, great to have you aboard. Rays come away with a victory. Wrap-up game of the series tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you then. Ryan and Doug coming your way.
LX for $229 a month.
Tonight for Tampa Bay. Rays win it 4-3. Jose's first walk-off hit of his career. The Rays' 3rd of the season, and boy, does it feel good to get back into the win column. Hey, Siri, show me a hero. We saw one right there.
Nice.
Welcome into Rays Live, the postgame show. My iPad and my phone's going nuts right now. So are we, and so are these fans in the ballpark. Doug Wechter, Ryan Bass. It is a Wechter Wednesday, and these boys, led by Jose Siri, walk things off.
It's such a cool vantage point when I was watching it down there, and the explosion off the bat from Jose Siri, the play from Jose Siri in the field. You could just feel the energy, and you could feel the dugout get so excited and get behind Jose Siri because he is the hero of the night. It was just such a great way to finish a ball game that was back and forth the entire way. And the Rays able to take this one, take game 2, and be able to still set themselves up to take the series for tomorrow's day game. It was a big victory for them.
You were down there, and you get my vantage point from that camera well down there. What was the energy like when Jose had that home run saving grab?
I think that was what really flipped it all around. I mean, there was some hard contact that inning. Jose Siri going out there and rescuing the game. That was a home run. That was a 2-run home run that he took away. That he was fighting Randy Arozarena for, actually.
He had to jump over Randy to make that catch.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And being able to rob that ball, that was one of the best plays I've seen from a center fielder. Remember, we've seen Kevin Kiermaier go through a lot of really, really good plays. Jose Siri pulling that ball down, that was very, very clutch in that situation. I think the team rallied behind him, and there's so many times that you see a guy go out there and make a play like that, and he's riding that adrenaline, gets up to the plate, the very next inning does something special, and Jose Siri did that.
Isn't baseball the best? It's so poetic. Jose Siri saves the game and then comes up with that clutch hit with 5 infielders in, by the way, to drive in the winning run and give the Rays a win that they desperately, desperately needed. This is Rays Live, the postgame show presented by Advent Health. Let's show you our Advent Health highlights, highlighted by that 8th inning. And it was Jose Siri's defense that really made the difference. A lot of hard contact off Pete Fairbanks. Siri saves the day.
Oh, just ridiculous on that catch. There's so many things he did right. He got back to the wall, found the wall first of all, and then just